and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today because I am excited to show you my new releases of my new cash envelopes in my shop that go with the June summer flowers, yellow flower design. I'm not even sure what I call it, but I keep going back from June flowers or summer June flowers or something like that. But that's what I'm thinking of when I look at these, and I'm excited because they're bright, they're vibrant, they're beautiful, and it's just something new to look at. And when you have something new to look at month after month that is simple, that you can print on your own home computer and have what you need, and have some cash envelopes for your sinking funds or your spending categories or whatever you want. Maybe a special cash envelope for a child, you know, teaching them how to use money and separate the cash and have places to put them. I definitely do want to do that with my older son. He wanted a cash envelope design, and the design was the Cleveland Browns. So I got some little graphics and put it together and made some cash envelopes and laminated. It was really, really cool. Now I print my cash envelopes on 28-pound paper, and it works pretty good. But I like to change mine up frequently. And yeah, it's great quality paper. It holds the ink very well. It makes beautiful, vibrant designs. And I'll just start with this one here. I've already folded one for you, but I'll show you how I fold these later in the video. But this is what it would look like. Get it under the light and make sure there's no shadows. When you have it all folded together, there's a flap at the top. I don't have it glued down recently. Flap at the top, and then you would have this folded, and then these two flaps. Now you can either fold this in and glue it this way, or, which is how I like to do it, or you can glue it down on the outside if you don't want, if the flaps interfere with putting money in or whatever on the inside. I've never had a problem, but you know, it's what you prefer, because these are your paper envelopes once you print them. And I've got a little section here where you can write on top what the cash envelope is for. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It is just really, really cool. So included with my cash envelopes, I have these different, pull one of these up, trackers. And you get these in your cash, with your cash envelopes in the printable, and you get cash teller slips, which is this right here. That way you can write down when you want to get the cash out of the bank. You can write down the quantity of $1 bills, $5 bills, 10, 20, 50, and $100 bills, and go ahead and set up your cash envelopes. You just pass this to the teller and say, these are the quantities I want. This is the total amount I need. And can you provide that? So that kind of thing. And tellers love this. I mean, a lot of videos that I've seen, they absolutely love getting these little teller slips going, oh, okay, I don't have to think. It's written down in front of me. I can just jump in and get what the customer needs. So I'm going to clear all this off right here and just kind of go through all the pattern designs and show you what it looks like when you once print up your listing for the cash envelope. So I'm going to put this off to the side and then move these here. I've already pre-cut these to save time, but I do have one that's not cutted. I do have one that's not cut. And this is what it looks like when you print it on a piece of paper. So when you go to trim it, you just trim along the edges here. And hopefully there's enough pattern, not too much white pattern, that you can trace that out. I don't put anything behind it. I don't put lines on it for it to cut. You just cut the edge. And they're all the same size. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Regular printer, well, not regular printer, 28-pound bright white printer paper. And so yeah, this is what it first looks like once you print it on the printer. Once you cut all this out along the edges, this is what it looks like. And start with this one here on top. So this is the first pattern. It's got the flowers and the stripes, and I just love stripes and florals. I mean, that is the thing. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of scrapbookers and stuff, this is one of the favorite pattern designs out there. And stripes and florals. And I absolutely love the different contrasts with the blue and the yellow. I picked a yellow that was soft, but still vibrant and bright. But not too harsh. Some of them are too harsh. If it goes too green for me, I just cannot I can't look at it. It hurts my eyes. But this softer side, I do like a lot. The next one I have is this floral, but it has all this like greenery in the background, but it's in this teal color. So it'd be like the leaves and stuff, but it's all in a pattern design, and it's very interesting, and I love how it looks. So yeah, it makes a great envelope. And then the next one I have is blue background, completely blue, with the leaves and greenery background, but in that same teal kind of color, darker version, and then the yellow flowers. So that was gorgeous. I don't know, these patterns just so beautiful. Same here, this is just the background without those flowers, and this is what was behind it, and by itself is beautiful all on its own. And then I have the yellow version of that, which I thought was just gorgeous in just the yellow. It really, I don't know, it just really makes you feel warm and sunny, and it just makes you feel good when you look at it. So that's why I like that one. So those are the designs. You get 6 designs. There's 3, 4, 5, and then this is the 6th design here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and take this top pattern here with the stripes, and I'm going to show you how I fold it. Now I like showing that because with a ruler I find it a lot easier to fold, and I'm still crooked, but I'm not completely crooked. So what I tend to do is I just flip this over. I place my ruler where these little notches are on the sheet, and then just fold it over, and with this straight edge I just kind of make sure it stays and folds. That's what I do. That's what works for me. I like to make sure when I do fold it, it meets where I want to meet, and I continue to push that down. Now you will notice the flowers are right side up here and here, and the reason being is because I actually turn the pattern upside down for the bottom part. So you could potentially see a difference in patterns here, because I want to make sure the design looks good when you fold it over and it's right side up again. Let's see here. Let's take this and fold the flap over, and there's that. Now you can glue it this way with flap on the outside, or you can tuck it on the inside and glue it on the inside like I showed you before. And I'm excited to use these. I don't use cash envelopes. I don't use a lot of cash, but I am going to begin to use more cash coming up soon. So, and coming up with new budgeting things. So typically you can glue them down here. You can use one of these. I wouldn't recommend the removable adhesive. Oops, my stuff's falling down over here. But I do recommend the permanent one to keep it closed, or you can just use a glue stick from the craft. And if you have kids, I'm sure you have these hanging around the house. So what I usually do is tuck these in on the inside, so it's full pattern that way. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and glue these in, and I'm just going to use my glue stick, and it holds up pretty good. Now you can laminate these, but you would have to cut the flap off, and I'll show you in a minute why. When I use lamination, I use either 3mm or 5mm. The one I'm going to show you is a 5mm lamination, or 5mm lamination, and I had to cut off just this part of the flap, because this part of the flap, when you try to fold it after you, well, two things. The problem I ran into was once I laminated it, to get this to open, I had to run an X-Acto knife along here, and there's the potential of cutting this side. And then when you laminate it, trying to get this to fold over after it's already hardened with the lamination isn't, you know, very easy. So it's one of those things where it didn't quite work the way I hoped, but that's okay. So you can use this or not. I mean, because pretty much you have this piece of paper here, and that'll help with the bend or the fold, and I'll just fold along that, and then there you go. Now you have this. So cash envelope, you can do it many different ways. You can keep the flap on top, or if you're going to do paper, or you can cut it off. And here's one I have that I've cut off. This is a different design. It's in my shop, but I just cut so that the paper on the inside, or the flap on the top, is taken off, and then I can get into the inside of the envelope with the lamination on the outside. So that's how it looks laminated. Really cute, like a regular cash envelope. And as you can tell, it holds a good amount of money in here. This is just under $1,000. It's probably $800, $850 or something like that. And this is my emergency, get out of Dodge. I need cash right away without going to an ATM, mostly for natural disasters and stuff like that. The past 20 some years, my husband and I have lived in Navy towns because he was in the Navy, and there's always a hurricane, tornado, or tsunami depending on where you live. We've lived on the East Coast, we've lived in the West Coast, Pac Northwest, and then we lived in Hawaii. So emergency preparedness is a big deal. And so yeah, we have that. Now I believe, and I'm going to test this out, and I did this before, but I had to clean off the top. But I'm just going to write on the top here, emergency. Cash. I'm going to let that dry, and then we're going to test and see if it still wipes off. A lot of these, and these are wet erase markers from Erin Condren. I bought one time just to see what they were like, and I really like them. They definitely work in the Erin Condren notebooks and things like that, on the covers, and as well as their, let's see, I have over here one of their laminated bookmarks for their actual planners and stuff like that. Not sure what to-do lists and stuff. So I haven't used that one yet. That's why I didn't have anything on it, but there's emergency cash. It looks like it's pretty much dry. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. I don't use them very often. So there's a cash envelopes. This is all the folding, and then you fold it over, or you can laminate them and then create a cash envelope like this. So I love them. I think they work really, really well. Included with all this, and I believe I showed you this. This is what it looks like when it prints. These are when it's cut. And then when you fold them, this is what it looks like. And then included in the digital download, and it's actually 2 PDF digital downloads. You get this. I printed the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. I'll show you this one. This is the cash teller slip, and this is what it looks like. It's one sheet of cash tellers slips. You get 6. You can print as many as you need, and that works there. And then you get a page, and I'm just going to kind of show what it looks like on the page, because I printed 2 cash teller slips instead of a cash teller slip and a whatchamacallit, and a cash tracker. So another page that I know this is not right, but you would get 2 pages of these PDF of these, it looks like that, trackers for your cash envelopes, and they fit on the inside of your thing, and you just pop them in. I got a paper clip interfering with mine. Hold on a second. So yeah, you just fill it out and you put it in, and there you go. And this one's so stuffed. And I have paper clips, which means these are really good and sturdy, and definitely can hold a lot. So if I'm using paper clips, because that's, each one of those paper clips is $100, and then I try to keep $1,000 in here. And so this is my literal physical $1,000 emergency fund. Let's see, let's test that. Yep, there we go. It doesn't come off. You can use a wet wipe. I like using these. They're alcohol pretty much. And I get these, oops, upside down, at Food Lion. But any cleaning wipe or whatever with alcohol in it can take this off. And yeah, that works there. And this is the other sheet. So this is everything for my cash envelopes that I have in my shop. These are a new listing in the shop. So you'll get these. Go ahead and add these back. You get the teller slips right here, cash teller slips. Trying to make it look neat. There we go. And you get 6 of these, and you get 6 of these. And then our 2 cash envelopes. There we go. And then the rest of the designs. So, yeah, very simple, very easy to use. You get 6 envelopes printed, and you can print as many as you want for whatever needs that you have. If there's one design you don't like, you don't have to print it. You have to buy all of them, but you don't have to print it. And you can print the designs you do like. If there's enough quality in here that you really like it, then yeah. So yeah, I love these. I hope you like these too. And yeah, so I'm going to close out this video. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them in the comment section. You can email me, which is in the description box below, or you can email me through Etsy. My shop name is Lisa's Faith Budget Plan, and it's in the description box below, where you can click on a link and go to my actual shop and check these out. I have 4 this is my 4th pattern design of cash envelopes, and people seem to love them. I've been selling them pretty good, so I hope you guys love these too, and I hope you have an amazing and blessed day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.